Hello, hello. Right, I was not going to film today whatsoever, but here I am. Probably going to be very sensitive. It's very sensitive to me, so I'm sure if people are going through the same situation as me, you'll find this very hard to listen to, but just know that I'm going to make it so it doesn't feel hard to talk about. So, but if it is hard to talk about and you do find it really too sensitive, to click off this video if you want to, but if it doesn't affect you, then please keep on watching, and I hope that you guys will understand and take it all in what I'm going to say, and just know that I'm here for you if you need to chat afterwards, or if I've said some things and you need me to message you about it, I'm open. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So good luck to me because I don't like opening up. But this is why I started my YouTube channel, so I can open up about mental health, anxiety, autism, and deep stuff and personal stuff, and this is what I want to do, and I hope that I do help a lot of you guys out there that are struggling, but if I don't, that's completely fine. I'm not a professional at this, and I'm just a normal girl that's going through the same situation. Okay, stop rambling, Sarah. This virus is spreading and it's affecting probably all of us. I know it's affecting me and my mental health, and I thought it would be good to talk about how do you deal with self-isolation, and if you're someone like me that struggles, maybe if you're someone like me that struggles indoors a lot and with suicidal thoughts and self-harm and all the sensitive, see, this is going to be a sensitive topic, guys, so we're going to make it fun as well. I don't know how to make it fun, it's sad, this is, but no, stop talking, Sarah. Stop, I gotta talk, what am I on about? So yeah, we're going to talk about self-harm and suicidal thoughts, and how do I deal with it when I'm being indoors and stuck indoors. So let's just talk, let's just go ahead and talk about this. Let's conquer it together, and I'm sure we'll get through this. Come on, Sarah. So now so lots of us are now having to self-isolate indoors, and I'm going to be completely honest, I know what that feels like already. Having autism, I don't have a job at the moment, and my mental health is really bad, and the best way for me is to just stay indoors. And I know that's going to sound like, but you gotta get out, you gotta get fresh air to some people, but for me, my anxiety, if I walk outside, it just doesn't help. I need to have a few days indoors, and then once I feel better and out of that pit of that hole, then maybe I'll go outside and enjoy some fresh air or walk my pug. So I done an Instagram story about self-isolation yesterday, but not many people obviously saw it. So I thought I'll give you a few tips and advice on self-isolation. Now I don't want to laugh because it isn't nice being indoors, and as I said, I do now and again get out when I feel like I can, and when I feel like my anxiety is not up there, you know, it needs to come down so that I can go outside again. So being indoors, yes, some people are going to say, oh, but that's unhealthy for your mental health, being indoors, being trapped inside. And yes, I totally agree with you guys. It is unhealthy, and that's when you start to think, oh, I want to kill myself, or I want to self-harm, and this, you know, this and that and this and that. And don't get me wrong, I do think about those things when I'm indoors, but when I'm outdoors, I do think of that as well. So, and for someone that has autism, I'm going to say it again, I repeat a lot. So those thoughts just go round in my head, and sometimes I don't mean to, and sometimes they're just there in my brain, you know, and they've got to just stay there for however long it needs to be. I'm back. Okay, I just had to shut the window because you probably can hear all the wind and all the noises. Sorry that I didn't shut it. So for me, being indoors, I know it's not good for my mental health, and for a lot of you guys, I think we all think like that. It's not good to be indoors, but sometimes that's the only option. Okay, so for 2 years of my life, I have self-isolated myself, and I'm not going to sit here and say I've been in for the whole 2 years, because I have not. As I say, when my anxiety isn't up there, I can get out and I can enjoy the fresh air and I can enjoy going outside. But sometimes I can have a whole week of just being in, maybe for a whole week, maybe for 2 weeks, maybe for 3 weeks before I can go outside. And I just thought I'd give some tips and advice on how and why I stay in for that long period of time. And for those that are self-isolating right now because of this virus, and you don't know how to cope with being in for 2 weeks, I thought I'd come and just give my advice and just say what I feel on it. But for now, I'm going to go back to talking about self-harm and all of that lot, and being indoors with that. I don't have coronavirus. That was just my throat. I needed to cough. We all got a cough still. So let's get on to the sensitive parts now, before we get into my tips. So when I'm indoors, I'm not going to lie, I do think of all the negative thoughts. I do think that some people are going to be here like, oh, but you can control your brain and you can control what you think. But for me, it's so hard. It's so hard to control what I think, because I've thought of those things for so long now. It's so hard to try and think positive. Like, I'm learning to do it now, and I'm still trying to I'm not gonna say I'm perfect at being positive, as I'm really not. But hopefully, if I seek professional help, and which I am seeking professional help, I hope that they can teach me a few things, and then I can teach you guys what I've learnt from them. But with being indoors, I do think of all the negative, and I know that there's a lot of people out there like me that do self-isolate and think of all the negative, and I know that there's a lot of people that don't think of the negative and self-isolate sometimes. But I think we all need to remember that it's our own brains and my own thoughts, and it's your own thoughts, and you can't tell someone to stop thinking those bad thoughts, because it's so hard. It's so hard. If you told someone, okay, if you told me to think of something positive, that's just it's so hard for me to think of a positive. I know that I've got my dog, and I'm positive for her, and I'm happy that I have her. She's like my little therapy dog. But what do you do if you don't have that, you know? And I know that I do have her, and I'm so grateful. But it still doesn't stop my mind from thinking of wanting to self-harm, I just want to die, you know. And this world, what we're living in right now, I wanted 2020 to be my year, and I always said in the last month of December 2019 that 2020 is going to be my year. And obviously I started off the year with going on a holiday, and it was going great. I come back and I've completely fallen back into my dark place. And now what's going on with the world, and we're all having to self-isolate, and I just don't know when this is going to stop, and when 2020 is going to be my year again. I longed for a boyfriend this year, and I longed for things. I wanted to be that person to not think of all the negative, and I didn't want to go back to being, I didn't want to go back to saying, sorry, hold on, I'm gonna cry, so I didn't want to have 2020 be a year where I think I just want to end my life, because I've struggled with it for 2 years, maybe more, maybe my whole life even, but I just wanted 2020 to be a clean year of me thinking positive and thinking, yeah, I'm gonna live my life. But obviously that's all wrong, and I think, yes, I have fallen back into my dark place, and we all do, and that's just life. But you've got to think, I'm still here today, and I'm still fighting another day, and I will win this battle however long it takes. So just know that whenever I'm indoors and I'm thinking of wanting to kill myself or end my life, just know I haven't, and I'm still fighting another day, even though I know that that was so hard for me. Okay? It is so hard for me. It's so hard. I'm so sorry. I told myself I wasn't going to cry, and look, I'm crying. Hold on. It's a sensitive topic, I told you guys. But please don't feel sorry for me, okay? I'm just crying because it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming talking about this. I like to keep things in, especially wanting to end my life, and the self-harming and all that lot, I like to keep it in. But I need to be brave and speak it out and help as many people as I can that are going through the same thing. So that's what I'm doing. So I feel proud of myself. And normally I don't feel proud about myself, so that's a good thing to be proud of. And maybe I can get onto that topic another day. So, I think, obviously, for now, for a long time, I've struggled with wanting to end my life, and I don't know if it's just my thought pattern or if it is me wanting to do that, but I have discovered that it is a bit of both. It's a bit of both for me. Sometimes it's just my brain telling me, my thought patterns, but sometimes I can feel this lump in my body, and it's like, yeah, I do want to end my life because I feel like I don't have a life, if that makes sense. And it's not just being indoors for me that I think of those things. I do feel it when I'm out and about. I can get this that weird feeling of, oh yeah, today I just feel so horrible and I just want to not be here. I don't want to be on this planet. You know, I can feel that when I'm outdoors, and I don't know if that's because of anxiety or my thoughts, or if it is just me feeling like that today. And some days do feel like that, I know, because I can feel it. I can feel like, oh, I just want to not be here today. And some days I think, yeah, okay, today it's in my brain, it's in my thoughts, you know. So I can tell the difference, but I don't want to tell you all that it's all in my room and it is all when I'm self-isolating, because it isn't. And I know there's a lot of people out there like me that do go outside, and we all look happy, don't we? We try to let the, I need to get the words out, hun. Come on. We all put a smile on our face when we're outdoors, like I am now. But deep down, are we truly feeling like that? Are we truly feeling happy? Are we truly thinking that life is wonderful that day? Probably not. We're probably walking down the street thinking, gosh, what if today? What if today? What, you know, it's a hard topic, it is, it really is. And a lot of people message me on Instagram. A lot of people that I don't know as well, telling me that I'm an inspiration, saying I'm going through the same things as you. And to hear that, it makes me, this is why I wanted to do this video today, because it's so important that we're all going through something, and I think we all need to just look out for each other. And I know what you're going through. It's so hard, and you just don't want to wake up, and you don't want to live another day, and you just had enough with all what's going on, and the only way is you just want to not be here. But just know that, remember, it's just your tough days, and I'm thinking like that, and I'm thinking like that right now, and for me that is so hard for me as well, okay? It's hard for me. But just know that the tough days don't last forever, and you've just got to get through it, get through one day at a time. And I know that you will get through it, even if you hit rock bottom and you feel like you just can't get out of it, like I have. Just reach out to people. And I know through this self-isolating and being at home, sometimes family, you don't want to talk to them, or some people might have it difficult with their family, so I know how it feels like. But just talk, just even message people that you don't know, see if they're okay, and make sure that they are loved, and know that whatever they're going through, that they've got this, okay? And I just want to share my tips and advice if you are thinking of things in the house that could be dangerous to you. I know for me, I had a bit of a slip up a couple of days ago, and I went to the kitchen. The kitchen is my dangerous place. Knives. And I got a knife. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be open and honest right now. And I did want to, but I stopped myself from doing it. And I came back to my room and I breathed. And I let it go, and I tried to not think of that. I put on my phone and I put on Netflix, and I didn't do what I was going to do in the first place. So that's what I think. If there's any dangerous places in your house, avoid them as best as you can. I know that it's a struggle for me, and probably for a lot of people out there. I think another thing is family. I absolutely love my family, but I know having autism, I can be different and I can click. I can be like, oh no, I don't like you today. Or, oh, I absolutely love you today, And sometimes I just need my space from them. And that's not me being harsh. And it's just my autism telling me that I need some time away, or else I could get angry. And sometimes I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't get angry to my family, because I do. I can be an angry person. My autism doesn't help. So when I do find myself in that situation, just take myself to my room, and I stay in my room, try and think of something else, maybe do a workout or a routine, or go on my phone, or stroke my dog, to calm me down, because she's my therapy dog. So just things like that help me. I think another good thing is, as I said, a routine. Do try and get up. I know that before my routine came into place, I'd be in my bed all day. Now that's not good. I'm going to put it out there. It's not good. I was more angry, I was more upset, I cried every day. I just wanted the day to end. I wanted to get to sleep and I wanted to not be awake. I had my blinds shut, everything was dark, it was a dark place. So I suggest opening that window, making the bed and just getting down there, getting downstairs, and you know, if we have to be in for 12 weeks or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, I don't know, then just make sure that you do have space as well and you do come back up into your room, but make sure that your bed's all neat and it's not sloppy, because I think when I had it messy, for me I felt like a mess. So, you know, open the window for fresh air, and through this self-isolation, just get a word search maybe, or get a book. I've got a book and I write things down on what I'm feeling that day, and instead of letting it all in my head, just write it down. YouTube's so good if you need to listen to things. Music, I suggest music, books, you know, try and entertain yourself, entertain the family as well. Just be a laugh, be a light. I know it's so hard, and if you are thinking of wanting to end your life and, you know, doing all of that, I know how hard it is to be happy and entertain your family. I've been there, I know what it feels like, and I still do now. Even, as I said, just fake a smile, just do whatever you can just to get you through those days of being in. But just know it won't last forever, and this virus will come to an end and we will be going out again. And I'm sure there's lots of people that are still going out, but obviously you can't do much because everything's shut. But just know that once this virus has completely gone, that there is people out there like me that this is their normal routine. So just think of those people as well in this season of what we're going through. I know how it feels like to self-isolate, and I don't have a job at the moment, and I hope that I do. But just know that getting out is so hard. It is so hard. Anxiety is horrible and draining. I don't feel strong enough. I just feel weak. So there's so many people out here struggling with being indoors and how to cope with that thought of wanting to end your life or do those things, you know. It's hard. It really is, trust me. Thinking of those thoughts when you're indoors, it does not help. But then for someone that doesn't have many friends, and going outside can be an anxiety attack, it's so hard to do. I think it's so important that you get the help that you need, and to talk to people. And if you get, recently I've been having vivid dreams, and if you get those vivid dreams or anything like that, do seek counselling, please, and just get yourself better. I know, I don't even want to say get yourself better, because I haven't completed that yet, and for me, I just say get through that day. So for you, get through that day and know that I am so proud of you, and I'm proud of myself that I got through yesterday. I'm getting through today. I'm not going to say that I've had a better day. I'm not going to say that I've had an amazing day. I'm just going to say that I've got through that day. And I'm still fighting, and I know that sometimes I just want this battle to end. And here comes my mum with a top. Mum, can you let Mila out? It's fine. I'll cut this. Okay, so I guess that I will end my video here, and I might make a part 2. I'm not really sure, but I hope you all enjoyed, and see you later. Bye.